Jungle?
second week.
You remember Jungle?
Yes.
Like, this is prime nostalgia, isn't it?
That's right.
Okay. We'll start off with Epic, if you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Keep it in order. Flareon. I think it's a straightforward one for me, this one.
Agreed. No doubt. No doubt.
What jumps out at you?
It's the beautiful colours. It's so vibrant. And it's like a action pose as well, so it really ties in really well together. It's just all around a really beautiful card.
Yeah, couldn't agree with you more. You see we've got 3 variants here.
Yep.
So you got first edition, pretty standard with the Wizards of the Coast stuff. Unlimited is over here. And then you have the Arrow ones. So fun fact of the Arrow ones, initially, I think they were printed without obviously the jungle symbol down in this corner.
Yep.
Because they were basically just using the base set for, what do you call it?
The template.
Template, thank you, yeah. Glad English is your first language and not mine. Yeah, so that's that. With regards to Flareon, as you said, the colours, just the holo, I can get it without the light. It's beautiful. Just, it's one of the best cards I think that Wizards of the Coast did for sure.
Yeah.
So for that reason, it gets the Epic tag and will be joining Charizard from the base set.
Yes.
That's a big
Well
statement.
deserved.
I'm glad you agree. Don't want to get any pushback from that. All right, we'll move on to the great cards. So, a little bit controversial here. Maybe not that controversial, actually. It's the Flareon non-holo. Get the dog hair off there. It's still really cool. It's just without the holo, it kind of loses a little bit.
Let's shine.
Yeah, right. Let's see if we can find a way to zoom in on these, shall we? There we go. It's a little bit too much. So what do you think? Still good? Still great?
Good, yeah, great.
Great card.
Still a great card. Just less shiny than the other ones.
Yeah, okay. Glad we'll move on. Now, I've gone with Exeggutor as well under the great. Why do you think? What do you think I've got this one totally wrong?
No, I think you're right. It's because, in the base set and in this set, the early cards, the early sets, the backgrounds could sometimes be very, very simple. So this one actually is really nice. It's in its element. Right?
Yeah.
Is that a Krabby over there?
Just down that corner?
Yeah.
Oh, no, there.
Down the corner, yeah.
I think it could be a Krabby. Definitely a crab of some kind. The other thing this reminds me of is when I was in my early 20s, late teens even, and being on a tropical beach after a few too many drinks in the morning. Drinks of water, of course. It's uplifting.
Uplifting?
Yeah.
Nostalgic?
Yeah, something about it. It's happy. So, Exeggutor, it's a great card.
Yeah.
Then we'll move on to Rhydon. Thoughts on Rhydon?
It's a shame this one wasn't a holo.
Right? Yeah, it's a great card. I've always loved this one. You really feel like it's chasing you,
Yeah.
rocks flying at you. I'm all for it.
Yeah. You really feel that motion coming at you, right?
Yeah.
That's a shame. But yeah, definitely a great card.
And it wasn't even a rare, it was an uncommon, which I was, in terms of uncommons, that was definitely one of the best ones to pull. Alright, so Rhydon also happy with great. Now we've got Jigglypuff. I just feel like the musical notes add to it. Normally I wouldn't be a fan, but with Jigglypuff, the move Lullaby ties into it, of course, it's singing, the colours, it's like an artwork in itself.
Yeah.
That's my feeling. Are you happy with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Happy.
Alright. Awesome. And then,
Hey.
and like the action pose here, like we talk about
Great.
action so much because I hate when
static
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Just like this. Great. Okay. Anyone can draw. Actually, no, I couldn't draw that to save my life, but a lot of good drawers could do that. This is cool. Definitely an action pose that is worthy of great.
Yep.
And it's a common. So I'm again,
really?
as you know,
Yeah.
we're trying to remove bias. Just because a card is a rare or a holo does
That's
not
true.
happen. Great, and just because it's common, it's not the other way
I
around.
mean, like last week, obviously, some holos were not great.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see what the feedback is, especially on the Venusaur on that one. But anyway, let's not focus on that. So those are the great cards. We'll move now along to the good cards. So, where are we? I'll look at the first edition ones. Jolteon?
I like it. It's good and good.
It's good and good,
It's
right?
good and good.
Like it feels
It
feels a bit disproportionate to me. The holo, yeah, it's pretty cool, but it's not amazing.
Yeah, that's right. It's a very different kind of pose. for a Jolteon. Like, you rarely see that kind of pose these days.
Yeah, is it supposed to be doing quick attack? Is that what they're going for here? Like, I'm not sure. Yeah, let's just leave it in good. But I also don't know if it's good just because it's Jolteon. I don't think so. I think it's interesting.
I'm a little confused about what's going on with the 3 legs on the left.
The 3 legs.
Are they 3 legs?
Where? Those?
Yeah.
No, I think that's the thing. It looks like it's doing a fist bump.
Is it like the paw right up in the?
I think so.
The camera, or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I think it's trying to do. I think I'm not
Right.
100% sure, but that's my take on it. And because it's also got the three little feet, toes, whatever you want to call them, on the paw there.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but it's the proportions just don't
It is,
quite
yeah,
make
it's
sense
off.
to me. So we'll go with good. All right, Mr. Mime. I like the colours on this one. I know that's not always the main criteria. I shouldn't always be, but and you also it's reminiscent of Marcel Marceau, the famous French mime. Really, that pose.
Yep.
So yeah, cool. I like the holo. It adds to it. I like black on gold. I think subjectively it's okay.
Yeah.
Objectively, more importantly. Vileplume. This was different. I know. I feel hypocritical because it's not really doing anything.
The background's really plain too.
I know, but it's just a differently drawn. Like it's a 3D rendering.
It's a 3D rendering.
3D
yeah.
rendering. Okay, yeah, 3D rendering. I think it's cool. It was like I think it was the first card that did this between the two sets. At least the first one that did it really well. So for that, it's gone in good and not average.
Okay.
All right, we're happy with that. We'll move on to Pidgeot.
My favourite card in
Is
this
it?
set.
More than Flareon?
Yes. Well, yes.
Yeah.
Actually.
Why
'cause
so?
I had always had a soft spot for Pidgey, right? That was like the first Pokemon you'll ever catch.
Yeah.
One of the first ones you'll ever catch. And to have it evolve to a strong, big flight, like, it's sort of like an eagle, but obviously it's not. But the action shot, the feathers,
On that, what is Pidgeot? Sorry, if it's not an eagle, because it's not a pigeon, because that's not like any pigeon I've ever seen.
It's a evolved pigeon.
It's an eagle cross pigeon. Let's go with that. Anyway, sorry, go on.
But yeah, like the feathers, the action shot, the colours, the colour of the sky, the hollow, the shininess of it is, for me, beautiful.
Yeah, in the right light, that is actually quite pretty. It does give you a little bit more, doesn't it? Look, I've given it good. We might see a visit in Dave's decision later on for the Pidgeot.
Who knows?
Yeah, just based on what you said there. Anyway, Pinsir, again, going with good. You get a bit of an action, a little bit of different colouring with the holo. You can tell it's in grass. Cool card. Good.
Cool card.
Yeah. Alrighty. Scyther, same. This one maybe a little bit basic, but I don't know, there's something about this Scyther which I always thought was cool. Maybe that's subjectivity. Your thoughts?
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Ooh, okay, might have another appearance at Dave's decision that we'll see later. Jolteon again. I almost prefer this.
The background stands out a lot more. doesn't
Yeah,
it? The
right.
colours, the contrast.
Yeah, I would. I'm happy with sticking it in good because again, you still have that weird proportion thing. Where I think it's trying to fist bump. It was ahead of its time. Pidgeot again. So one thing we should probably point out, obviously, I think it's quite apparent now with the Jungle series, the Jungle set, they obviously repeated the rares as non-holo versions of the holos.
That's right.
A little bit cheeky.
Yeah.
My gut instinct is that they were so surprised at how successful the base set was. Because there was about a 6-month gap. I think the base set came out in January 99, and these came out in about June, July 99.
I think so.
So I think that 6-month gap, they were like, oh my god, this is taking off. How do we just print stuff as quickly as we can? And they're just like, just get rid of the holo and do it again, and those are the rares. And then, yeah, obviously they did the same with Fossil, which we'll get to next episode. But yeah. It's good. Yeah. Not as good as the holo. No, but still good. Pinsir, same again. Very similar to the holo, just not shiny.
Just not shiny, yeah.
Yeah, the colours still work.
Yep.
Still tilts in grass. We're all good with that one. Scyther. But now I'm questioning, second guessing myself after the whole, you went like the holo. It's like in a, I don't know, maybe because it's moving really fast. Because that's what Scyther does in my head, and everything in the background is a blur. Maybe that was my reasoning. I don't know.
Maybe.
Can't even remember now. Okay, well, we'll see what happens with that one. Vileplume, again, the background I think is actually better in the non-holo.
Yes, you can see more.
Yeah.
Right, more of it.
But I still like the 3D rendering, so sticking good. Then we have Butterfree. Thoughts on Butterfree?
It's a really nice card. Why is it only in good?
Okay, good question. Look, again, you obviously have the right to rebut later. For me, Butterfree is just, it's not it's a little bit too much in the background. When I judge the cards as objectively as possible, I want to make sure that the Pokemon is really front and center. Obviously, this is the focus, but it's not front and center, if you will. So I've just gone with good. Maybe it should be upgraded. We'll see. This is where your input's really important. You're the graphic designer. Alright, now we have Gloom. What are your thoughts on Gloom, Dave?
Looks sad.
Do you like where it is? Do you get the vibe?
Yes.
Yeah?
It's good where it is. It's in good. It's good in good.
It really, to me, just reflects that it's, this sad thing. And is it the 3D rendering as well? Like, I feel like they've kind of done it thematically with the, Oddish Gloom and...
Yeah.
Oh,
it actually really works for that.
Yeah, that's it. For me, it works. Like, it's just a sad Pokemon, and it's a sad big image. So I like that. It's like it good. Anyway, we'll move on to Lickitung. I thought this was cool.
It's really cool. Kind of got that action and depth as well to it. Like the tongue's reaching up and go. Ugh.
Yeah. What is it actually eating? What do Lickitung Pokemon eat? What does that look like to you?
Bananas?
Are they bananas? I can't even. Just have to get that closer. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's just that big. They are
bananas, and that's the top and the tip of the tongue, maybe?
Impressive. Wow, his tongue is really big then.
Yeah. It's like a hand. It's grabbing hold of it, pulling it down.
But like a really big hand.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so you learn something new every day.
We did, yeah. I thought that was like a mango or something, right?
Yeah, I thought there were seeds, to be honest, but clearly I have no idea what I'm talking about. Marowak. Oh, it's a nice action pose. Throw on the bone, aggressive, a little bit back in the background, and a little bit bland in the background, but it's still cool.
Yeah.
Gets the good.
It's protecting its baby.
Alright. Do you know what time it is now?
Oh, it's that time again.
It's time for the Darnell Henderson Award.
Yep.
Again, it doesn't need an introduction. It's the Darnell Henderson Award. It's, every card covers this, and this week it's going to Seaking. I love the colours. It's in a natural environment. I know it's not really doing much, but just it's in terms of its artwork, it's interesting. It's probably a little bit different to most of the other stuff I think in the set. It got the Darnell Henderson Award. So
agreed.
Yeah,
it's a very beautiful card.
It is. Yeah, well done. Let's give credit to the artist. We really need to do that with. You have to forgive my pronunciation. Kagumuru Himeno. Does that sound right to you?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe your pronunciation of Japanese names is better than mine. Anyway, moving on. Tauros. Also a cool card.
Very cool card, yeah.
But a little bit too much Tauros. It's a little bit in your face.
And the angle is probably questionable.
Yeah, like what's going on? A lot of powerful backside going on there.
Powerful glutes.
Yeah, but you get that sense of power nonetheless, so that's why it's gone in good. Wouldn't go any higher than that. Alright, then we have Weepinbell. Another pretty cool card. This was in the running for the Darnell. This is probably running off the Darnell Henderson. Again, just the colours stand out. It's doing a little bit less than it should be, maybe. But I like it.
Yeah. Colours are really, really nice.
Yeah. Let's stick with it in good. Bellsprout. Same again. It's cute. It's cute, right? It's cute. Cute, like the colours, like that. What's doing? I don't know what it's doing, but it's whatever's happening in that image. I like.
Flowing with the breeze.
Yeah, is that what Bellsprouts do? I feel like it is. It's calling for family. I always thought that was a really sad move.
That is really sad.
Yeah, it's lonely. Oh, poor Bellsprout. All right, Cubone.
Oh,
another jungle set. As I was going through it, I always thought it was quite an average set. But going through the cards one by one, there's some actually decent artworks in here.
Yeah.
I think this to me...
You can feel how sad he is.
Right?
Oh, God, my heart breaks.
Yeah, the other thing my heart breaks for is one of the cards. It's creased there, and that is just...
No.
I didn't even realise, but this
Blasphemy.
is... Right? Just basically should burn it, tear it up and get rid of it. But Cubone itself, it's not his fault. Maybe that's why he's looking right at the crease.
Yeah,
he's probably sad
I can't believe you bent me.
Yeah. Oh, poor guy. Sorry, we'll get another one that isn't bent Cubone. Maybe he'll be happier then. Eevee. Such a happy little Eevee, isn't he? 14 pounds, light Pokemon. What's that about, 5 kilos?
Not 0 pounds.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's about 2.2, so talk about 5. It's quite light. It's kind of like a Chihuahua size, which seems really small to me. And it turns into all these fun things.
Yeah.
This is nice. It's dainty.
It's very Eevee, isn't it?
Yeah, what you'd expect. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. I'd be curious to see if there are many better Eevees than that in future sets. Goldeen, nice little action shot jumping out of the water. Nothing too complicated.
Mm-hmm.
You okay with that one?
Yeah, I'm okay with that one.
Yeah? No?
Borderline.
Borderline.
Yeah.
This is the thing with Borderline. It's hard.
It's hard.
Anyway. Oddish, last one in the 3D rendering. Oh, the second last one. I like it again. Nice little upshot. You can see the grass. It's in its natural environment. Likes the dark.
I like how they just took the risk and did something different.
Yeah.
Right?
Different is good, usually.
Yeah.
There are exceptions.
If it's done well.
If it's done well. And this is.
Yeah, it is.
So it's good. It's not great. It's nothing that's going to, you're not going to remember it for the rest of your life, but it's cool. Rhyhorn. Again, similarly, you get that aggression that you did with the Rhydon.
Yes.
Yeah, it's nice. It's good. The hypocrisy, I hear people yelling at me, but the background's so simple, but sometimes simple is good, sometimes it's not. And in this case, I think it is. It's an interesting angle on the Rhydon as well. But we're happy with that.
Yeah.
Right. Easy. Dave, now we're going to move on to the bad cards. And this is where I'm always apprehensive because I never know if I've got these completely wrong or if they're right. You're going to tell me. So, Wigglytuff. This is the non-holo Wigglytuff, obviously.
Yes.
It's very faded in the background.
Yeah.
And it's not, that's just how the card is. It's not that the card is faded, that specific one. Generally, it's just really, really dull background. Pokemon's quite dull. Whitewashed?
Yeah.
I hate
Washed out?
Washed out, that's the one, thank you. Yeah, washed out. I hate this card.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah. Red.
Agreed.
Okay, beautiful. But it's not actually the winner of the Professor Oak's Research Award. And again, 2 weeks in a row, actually going to Pikachu. Yeah,
I mean,
well, okay, so let me give you my reasons. Number one, it's just sitting there. Like
yes.
I know we have that with other cards, but it's just sitting there. Got a little bit of electricity coming off it, but it's not doing anything. It's just kind of someone's slapped it on there and left it. Number two, again, it's Van Gogh. I really need to look this up before the next episode. It's like that Van Gogh background, which to me it's nothing. I don't know what they're trying to do. It's kind of, it's maybe in a forest, maybe it's here. Just doesn't work.
It's like in Photoshop, you got to effects, filter, mosaic.
Yeah, that's it. That's basically it. Hey, but when they do that, it just really doesn't work for me. So, for those reasons, and considering what you can do with this Pokemon, it gets the Professor Oak's research.
Agreed. Look, it didn't do it justice.
It really doesn't. And I'm sad because I love Pikachu. I feel like the people think I have a bias now. Two Pikachus in a row. The first two. But, it's the Professor Oak's research for the worst part of the set. Alright.
Unfortunately, well deserved.
Yeah, we'll add it to the list there. And now, last one for the bad cards. The Nidoran female. No, this is the Nidoran male. Female. Yeah, because the male. Yeah, sorry. Just, again, similar with the whole mosaic background.
Similar background to Pikachu, right?
Yeah, just there's nothing to like about this. The angle, the color, too much green on green on green, and no.
Yeah.
It's bad. Happy with that?
Yes.
Alright. Easy. Now we're going to move on to the average cards. We'll just drop one there.
Got it.
Okay. We'll try and get through these pretty quickly. We've got a couple of interesting ones. Start off with these two. Where are we going?
Wait, these are in bad?
No, these are in average.
Average,
yeah. No, we've had the bad. So this is Clefable, the Holo. Like, we'll get through these quickly. This one is interesting purely because of the fact that it was the first official pre-release card.
Huh? Hey.
Yeah, so there are rumours that there was Raichus from the base set which were mis-stamped with this, or accidentally stamped with the pre-release. I feel like I've seen photos of the internet of them, but then other people have told me that they weren't real. So this is the first, and it's the first official pre-release card. And it's a very basic pre-release stamp. But, yeah, fun fact.
Yeah, cool.
That's not really
I didn't know it was a thing.
The pre-release,
Yeah.
that was the first one.
Yeah, I didn't know.
There you go. Now you do. See, the things we learn.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Clefable, just quickly? Happy with it being an average?
Yeah, it's an average card. Like, the background's nice, but the pose is a bit odd.
Yeah.
Your ears aren't that heavy.
lifting its ears up. I also it's very monotone, and that some Pokemon are like that, but it's just there's no depth with that, which apparently is important for me for this one. Electric.
I mean, yeah, it's just a ball.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to put this in bad because it is just a ball. There's nothing that they've done horribly with it. A fun fact with this one is that the first edition non-holo is the same image as the base Electrode because they completely messed that up. So,
wow.
Yeah, you can't find a first edition non-holo that looks like this. Whereas the non-holo unlimited version will come up to in a bit is this. But yeah, very basic, very average, nothing to write home about in any way, shape or form. Kangaskhan, again, background, the holo I find just bland and boring. It's only cute because of
the baby.
Right. Yeah. Happy with that?
Yes.
Cool. Nidoqueen, a little bit more interesting.
Background's nicer than a lot of the other average ones.
Yeah, but again, the pose just so basic.
And generic.
Yeah. So, we'll move on from you. Snorlax, he's waving. Also, it's one thing I really want to keep track of, which I know he won't, but I would like to. Is he the heaviest Pokemon in the Wizards of the Coast set? So, series. So he's 1,014 pounds, which is about,
I think so,
480 kilos. Maybe a bit less. 450, call it.
It was one of the heaviest Pokemon for a while.
He's a big man, isn't he?
I wonder how heavy Onix is.
He wasn't this heavy.
What?
No, I'm pretty sure he was quite a bit lighter. Anyway, the average card, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that background does nothing, and he's just doing what Snorlax does, which isn't much. So that works out. Vaporeon, disappointed with his card.
I mean, compared to Flareon, massive disappointment.
Yeah, and even to Jolteon, it's just the background is nothing. I mean, there's a little bit of bubble going on, you can kind of see there, but very, very subtle.
Yeah.
And the pose itself.
It's a little odd.
Yeah. Not a fan of this one, but it wasn't awful by any means, so we'll stick it in the average pile. Venomoth?
Don't like moths. So it's fine where it is.
Yeah. Like, it's there's no pose going on there.
Nothing personal.
Yeah, interesting.
Don't like moths.
No, I'm not a massive fan either. Prefer them to mosquitoes though, which is
a
side note. This one, Venomoth comes up really infrequently in the Pokemon TCG. Like throughout the 90 odd sets, 100 almost odd sets they've released, it comes up very infrequently.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah,
it's not great.
No one cares about it. Victreebel, kind of get that. It's in a forest, maybe with the background, but too subtle for my liking. And again, just standing there doing nothing.
The Girl Scout one was way better.
Yeah, definitely.
As was the Weeping. It's such a different art style compared to the other two.
Yeah, I don't know what they were going for.
Whereas the Oddish family had a consistency to it. Interesting.
Yeah, they needed more colour in this one, hey?
Yeah.
Anyway, in the background. Wigglytuff. Again, we did this as the bad for the non-holo.
Yeah.
Almost could have done it for the holo as well,
Probably,
to be fair.
Yes.
We'll see if this comes up in Dave's decisions. I don't know. I wouldn't blame you if it did. Very boring cards.
Yeah.
It's jumping, but
we'll come back to it.
Okay, well, there you go. That's the hint. Clefable, probably more interesting or more depth with the non-holo.
Yep.
But still pretty basic. Here's the Electrode. Yeah, okay, it's the Electrode. It's a ball, we get it. That's what Electrode is. There are some cool ones though, but we'll get to those in due course. Now, what is your take on the background here?
It's so pixelated. What's going on there?
It kind of looks like it just came out of the Game Boy game, like the original
like
one.
Like those Game Boy printers?
Yeah. Okay, that's great. Not what you want for a card where you can have free reign with, essentially. Yeah, pretty basic.
What a shame.
I know. It's a cool Pokemon kind of stuff. There's something nice about it. Mr. Mime. But Holo made this a good card.
Was better, yeah.
For sure. It loses something in the non-holo version.
Yeah. And the yellow and the bit too bright.
I think so too. I don't love it. Nidoqueen. More interesting background with the non-holo.
Yes.
But still...
You see more. Doesn't really tie in with the Pokemon, does it?
No, it doesn't float my boat, Dave. I like my boat floated and that does not do it. Snorlax, we just did this again. Move on. Yeah, it is what it is. Vaporeon?
You can see a bit more of the bubbles in this one.
Yeah,
but it's kind of just like floating in the air, right? There's no ground. It's not grounded. It's a bit odd.
Yeah, and the bubble color, or the yellow and white and pink is understood that. Venomoth, again, Non-holo, a little bit more interesting in the background, but still very average. Victory Bell.
I'll see more of the background this one. Still not great though.
It's a nothing card. Could be better. Dodrio. When you think of the Doduo from the base set, way cooler,
That
wasn't
was
it?
very cool.
And this one should have been pretty cool as well. But they let us down.
Yes, massively.
Anyway. Theoro. I quite like Theoro. I don't, but that was my personal opinion. So I took that out and then I was like, well, it's flying. The background makes it look like it's going quickly through the air.
Yeah.
But
Body proportions are way off.
don't
I
like
really don't like this one.
No? There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I stuck in an average because otherwise I could have been getting in trouble, which we don't want to do. Night Arena. Where is this? This is what I want to know.
Desert.
Yeah, but like it reminds me of like the
Midwest?
No, mid 4th century Middle East or something like that,
Right.
with turrets and I don't know. It just seems really out of place, and I don't like the color of Night Arena. Is she supposed to be green?
Not green. No, it's more of like a bluey tinge.
Is it? I can't see. In my head, it was not that color. It was more purple, but maybe that's the male.
Male's more
Night
purple,
Arena.
Male's purple.
Anyway, moving on. Parasect, basic.
Mm.
It's Parasect, and there's leaves around it. Yeah, fair enough. Whatever. Persian.
That's a nice card.
I like the background. I do. I just don't like that. To me, is not what Persian is. I don't know why. Persian should be.
So what is Persian to you?
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong here.
Cats sleep all day.
Yeah, that's true. But coming from Meowth is not your typical cat, is he? I don't know. Yeah, maybe this one needs to be revisited. Could be a busy day's decision today. Maybe I got this one wrong. We'll see. Primate.
The Mankey one or something like that.
I think so too. I mean, you'll get it's angry.
You get it, yeah. But still, it's kind of like it could have also been jumping out of a tree angrily instead of running angrily.
I think they need to also keep, like you mentioned before, with context. I think that's important. So if you have Mankey in its natural environment, and then to have this in the middle of nothing, essentially.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rapidash. I'm not a fan of this card at all. I find it, again, that washed out, not even washed out this one, more dull.
More dull?
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, that is kind of Rapidash's colour.
Yeah, but then make it vibrant with a background, like.
The background's very plain, isn't it?
So the two things together.
The flames are nice. The hair, the mane.
Yeah.
It's flowy. But
It
I
is
get
flowy.
it. I get it. I get why you put it in there.
There are cool Rapidash cards. This ain't one of them. That was kind of what I was going for there. Execute.
Yes.
It's Execute. And it's in the nest.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
right.
And the background is really pretty average.
Good enough.
Yeah. Just average. Meowth. So, it's Meowth. The only interesting fact I have about this card really is that they released a gold border version, which is slightly more interesting because of the gold border for the Game Boy. I think it came out when you bought one of the games from memory.
Oh, really?
Showing my age.
I missed out on that.
Did you? There are heaps of them around, don't worry. Do you like the card otherwise? The Pokemon itself?
Yeah. The gold actually really works better for this one than the yellow.
I mean, you could say that with all. If you put a gold border on a non-Pokemon card.
Well, especially with Mouth, right? Because it's payday.
I suppose, and that's probably why they did it. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's an average card. It's alright. Not too bad. Paris? It's stylistic, but
But
nothing special.
just standing there.
So I didn't want to go too far with you.
Fair enough.
Spearow?
Right. Similar to the Fearow.
Yeah, you kind of get that. The colouring,
Yeah.
I mean,
style.
but it kind of ties in with it. Spearow's
It
kind of
does.
like Pidgey. It's just an average Pokemon that doesn't really accomplish much in the game.
And look, eating a real life worm.
Yeah, which
Not
is...
a Caterpie.
No. they missed a trick there, didn't they? Because I feel like Spearows would eat Caterpie, although do Pokemon...
They do though. So in the anime, you would see them like trying to attack Caterpie and stuff.
And not here.
Yeah.
Yeah, missed a trick. Good call. There you go.
But you don't see that in the early sets, right? Other Pokemon featuring in other Pokemon cards.
No, they very much avoid that.
It's later on.
It's quite a rarity for it to
Yeah.
come up, yeah. Anyway, Venonat. It was okay. It's Venonat. There's
Yeah, it's
nothing else.
very different to the Venomoth style. The Venomoth looks like it's just like the sprite in the game, and then they just cut it out and then just dropped it onto a background, right? When this one's actually like drawn and tied into the background.
Yeah, but that's it. Someone's put effort into it.
Yeah.
Look, it is definitely better than Venomoth. It's just not special anymore.
It's not special.
No. Alright, and then the only trainer card in this set was the Pokeball. There's nothing wrong with it. It's
just the Pokeball.
Yeah, it's...
At least it's got light coming out of it.
Yeah, it's something slightly interesting. It's opening. I'll give it points for that. That's about it. Alright, cool. And you know, that's the end of the set. So you know what that means. It's time for...
It's time for the decision, it's time for the decision, yeah!
What a great little song that was.
Funny thing, and also the first time I saw that intro, and Johnny and Boss. But anyway,
moving on.
Need to correct you 4 times. 4 times.
I had a feeling this was coming as we were going through them. Alright, let's, look, I can't disagree with you on this one. As we were going through, I was kind of hoping almost you would disagree. Take me through it.
It's just, the holo, even though holos are supposed to be special, the holo in this one actually kind of makes it even worse than the non-holo version.
Yeah, and the non-holo was already bad.
Yeah, exactly. So it's gonna go moved down, downgraded.
So from average to bad.
Yes.
Oof, that's painful, but
for a holo, but you know.
No, I agree with you 100%. I got this one wrong initially, and this is why you're here. That and your charming good looks. Alright, the other one, next one.
I know you really like this one, or not really like, you like this one enough.
Subjectively.
Yes. I really hate the body proportions on this.
No, you know, now that I'm looking at it again, I can actually kind of see it. It looks like it's had a really big meal. Is that what you're going at?
It's eaten an electrode.
Yeah.
It's flying off.
Yeah.
Oh, dear Lord.
Okay. Alright, so that's going from average to bad as well.
Yep.
Alright, you're sound with that one. So that's the bad news
Yes.
for those 2 cards.
Now for some good news.
Persians. This was an average initially.
Yes, and it's getting upgraded to good.
Going to good.
Yes, going to good.
Talk us through your reasoning.
The colours are beautiful. Like, you rarely get that in these sets, these early sets. The background really ties in really well with what it's doing, which is not much. Like you said, it's not much. It's just laying there, but
It's giving you a cheeky look.
cats do that.
Yes, this is what cats do.
You call them, they look at you, and they're, yeah, whatever. Right? This one works really well, so I reckon it deserves an upgrade to good.
Yeah, you know what, I agree with you. Looking at it properly now, I think the colours, they're quite unique the way that it kind of reminds me of a really traditional Japanese artwork. So, it's cool. I'll move that one from average to good, definitely. And the last one, not surprised to see this.
Maybe a little bias in here, but it's getting upgraded from good to
Great. Yeah, that's a good step up.
Yeah.
So again, talk us through your reasoning why, aside from your long picture.
Well, first things first, it's the action shot, right? The beautiful feathers, how well it's drawn. Like, this is probably one of the most detailed Pokemon drawings in this set.
I'd say it's probably the most, actually,
Yeah.
with the feathers.
That's right.
Yeah, it is well done.
So that alone, I reckon, is good enough for it to be bumped up a level. But the background itself, the colours, it's really nice.
Yeah, and look, I suppose it's kind of the sun behind it, the sky underneath. Yeah, it is. You're
It's in
right.
its element.
Look, Dave, this is why we have you, Dave. Your decisions, I think, are actually 4 out of 4 again for this one. I can't disagree with them. I'm not going, oh, you got that one wrong, or I got that one right.
We have to have a Marco's decision.
No, God, we definitely don't want that. No, 100%, you're right. This does need to go into the great category. So here we are with a quick look at the awards.
Yep. And this is only the second one, so I'm sure it'll grow.
It will. We hope. We're not giving up just after 2 episodes. The Darnell Henderson this week, well, the Darnell Henderson Award goes to Seeking.
It's a really, really nice card, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it has a good place on this awards list.
Yeah. Beautiful colours. Perfect.
Lovely. The not so good.
Oh yeah, here we go.
The list,
that's right.
the list of shame.
Oh dear.
I mean, I feel like I'm going to cop so much abuse for this decision.
Yeah,
But
maybe. I'm
2
glad
weeks,
I'm not the one making these final decisions.
2 weeks in a row, it is the Pikachu.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it again, I just really dislike it. I'm happy I made that decision. We'll stick with it.
I get it. It's okay. Yeah, I get it. I get why you did it.
Disappointing. Alright, we move on. The set breakdown. 64 cards, total points of 96. We'll forget about that. More the weighting. Again, we've had some top mathematicians dating back for millennia who have contributed to this.
That's right.
The final points on the right there, which gave us a grand total of 189. Which isn't bad considering the amount of cards in the set.
That's true.
So, 189 of the score divided by 64 cards gives you a weighted average of 2.953.
Wow.
That's quite high.
That is pretty high.
Makes the average card about great.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, which is somewhat surprising.
Wow. Oh, okay.
That's the base from last week. So you throw the jungle in there and it comes out very much on top.
It's a big jump.
It is a big jump. Are you okay with that?
I mean, it's surprising, but I mean, we went through all the cards, so I guess we are okay with that.
Yeah,
but
we have to be.
that's interesting.
Yeah. Look, it's only got 64 cards, which might benefit it.
Maybe.
We'll see how that pans out with Fossil next week.
See how we go.
But I'm happy with that for now.
Yeah.
And only one epic card in each set thus far. See what happens with that in the future.
Let's see.
Okay, well, have a good week and I'll speak to you next week for Fossil.
You too. Thank you.
Cheers.
See you then.